Good morning. Alrighty. Well, what is going on here? Stop it, stupid phone. Um, what's going on here? I see the S&P's popping here. SPY popping up here. I guess some news. I'm not paying attention. Bonds too. Okay. Where are they at here? Um, Good morning. Good morning. So no, I mean, a 5 minute chart, monster move, but looking where that is in relation to this daily chart and the hourly, it's irrelevant as far as changing anything of significance here. But the sell off from yesterday and looking at this pattern of this retest. Hey, Jake, I see you're still in YouTube here. What's the deal, man? I made change. I'm like, why can't you get in the room? I mean, everyone else has been able to. Anything we can do to help, please let me know. I mean, we made some changes to settings. I don't know, McGraw. I mean, by the way, in the room, while I set it up, I made the change so you can register for all of the events, not have to do it every day. And then how you log in. I mean, I think I have to register as a subscriber and just see that myself, what you guys are doing. But the new link worked. Okay, so Jake, everybody's saying it's good, it's easier. Yeah, I don't know why anybody's having trouble. I mean, I know why, what happened with Zoom and the changes that they made. And so, that was unannounced, and we made some adjustments over the last 2 days. So one of the things someone said is go to Zoom US and download the app for your browser. And all you have to do, I think, is you click that and you put in the meeting ID and the password, and you're in. But go to the member area, log in there, register again. You should be able to register for everything wherever it opens up. And yeah, so we want to get this straightened out so everybody can get in. All right, let's see what's happening here in these markets here. I don't know what news was. I don't have the TV on, but something caused this to pop up like that. Let me see the 10-year. I mean, this is like it's on a mission to 4.5%. It's like the markets are saying to the Fed, get there and get there now. Makes me think. I think I mentioned yesterday, or mentioned in the room. It's like I think the markets are telling them, do 1%, get it the hell over with. If that's what your intention is doing. I mean, look at the 3 month. They call it 13-week. I'll call it 3 month. Moving up where it is. It's like on a tear, getting semi-climactic where it was just basing here and broke out to move higher. And the 5-year, just look up there above or just at 4.5%. And that dropped right from 4.5%. Maybe because it reached there was, a lot of buy orders in bonds. Let's see. That's the end. The 10-year, a little bounce up there. I mean, just the way this is moving, you think, is it extended? Yeah. This continuation pattern far from the 20 on the weekly. At some point, bonds, they have to be a buy, right? At least for a trade. There's the 2-year. There's the big bounce on the 2-year. But again, slowing momentum to the downside. It doesn't matter whether it's stocks, futures, bonds. soybeans, we read them all the same way. It's all price charts and data. Momentum is slowing. The distance between the turns are getting closer, and this is just beginning to turn here. So we'll see that. Well, yeah, bond rates falling a bit because bond prices are going up. It has to be inverse, right? Maybe, Oliver's saying monthly expiration. Maybe it's got something to do with the monthly expiration. But looking at the markets, the S&Ps are up here. This is getting a bottoming tail bar in this turn. There's a big open interest at 3,600. I thought it was going to be on a, cruise control down to 3,600. And McGrath's telling me there's an AM expiration, I guess for SPX, but I don't know. This looks more like news than the expiration prior to the open causing something like this. Usually doesn't happen this way. But look, it's whatever it is, it's range-bound markets. They've been going nowhere now for, a while. And now this kind of throws a monkey wrench in the thought of going down to 3,600 as this reaches and rolls back down. I can see the pivots here, and it's got a void above. So, but the weekly just going nowhere. Be nimble. Be nimble. Don't have a bias for more than a half hour, I guess, one way or another. But pop back up here. We'll see where it ends the day. Yeah, Dan's saying shocks. They're not saying anything on the TV about this, so maybe just short covering. I mean, the way things, sold off yesterday, they were, hanging up there at the highs. That's overnight, same pattern, pretty much the same pattern as yesterday afternoon. Well, yesterday afternoon was straight up, and then the three pivots. Probably easier to see on the spiders. What was that up here anyway? It was around here yesterday afternoon. Was this on? That's why it don't look right. It's on a 2-minute. 55-minute. Yeah, it's just the big move and then the pivots forming and it rolled over. Anyway, another power move to the upside. Another power move to the upside. Where is it in relation to here? It looks like a short-term bottom on the 15-minute. And we'll see if it gets rejected here again. And here we are again, stuck between levels. And just scroll this up here. It's been in this trading range. So if it chops around, if this retraces all the way back down here, I think it's got to be a no-brainer short down to the next level. And I guess that it would go down maybe to 3,600 to 360 here or lower. Internals, not much, no neutral. Market's not doing nothing. And, daily sentiment option traders really not doing anything. This is the day-to-day raw data of the put-call ratio. And this is the equity put-call ratio. This is the total put-call ratio. And just, we started out the beginning of the week, or one of the comments was, nobody knows what's going on here. Everybody's waiting for something, whatever I titled one of the recordings as, the uncertainty in the market. And that continues. And, shorts are nervous, longs are nervous. Everybody's waiting for something to happen. And, it's backing off from resistance. Totally, this resistance makes sense, but, a little extended on a short-term intraday basis. Bonds going the other way. So, sense of what is being waited for. Thane, I think look, everybody knows the Fed is going to raise, right? And so maybe there's this, with all the talk about, you know, being aggressive, maybe the thought of them doing 1%, you know, the markets are down what they are quite a bit this year. We're coming into the end of the year. I think institutions are chomping at the bit to an end of year rally, but nervous that the end of the month could be a sell-off. And well, elections are November, right? So we're far off. Well, not that far. What's it, 3 weeks now before that comes out? So there's that going on. Yeah, 2.5 weeks. And, you know, but it's, and as this range-bound market gets tighter, it just, you know, there's the potential for an explosive move to occur. And at this point, after the move to the downside that we see on the weekly here, you know, nothing going on, the little breakdown failure, it's getting rejected here. And it's like, okay, you know, you buy and it gets slammed back down, and just makes for a nervous market. Now it's coming back down again. See what I mean? It's like, okay, monster move, and there's no confidence in it. It's just sell, 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 right? Whatever happened here, you know, it was a little buy set up down there, a little retest pattern. It comes up to resistance. Everybody get out. Whereas yesterday, during the day, let's go to SPX. This is one of the discussions we had in the room yesterday, was comparing yesterday to the day before, and we discussed, I was trying to find here, I think it was right here, where it moved up and then they were selling right away, and, you know, made this V kind of top, and it came down, and then beginning to build a support area. And typically that's constructive to go higher. Whereas you get this kind of a power move, and then rather than a V top, buyers come in right away and pick it up. That's confidence. And of course, there's some going to be sellers here. And rather than pull back right away, it would have kept going sideways for a breakout later in the day where it builds a base at lunchtime. And it made a lower high. And then it's like, okay, the nervousness of this market is like, hey, this thing ain't going to hold on. Hit the bid. And then, oh, well, you know, I showed here, here's the support area right there. And it didn't hold. So that was like the last level where there was some price support. And this, you know, go ahead and draw your fibs if you want, or trend lines, and it'll reinforce for you how useless that information can be. Because if it's not lined up with real support or resistance, it really depends on who's looking at that bullshit. Excuse my language, but that's what it is to me. If you're trading Forex, where everybody's more into exponential moving averages and esoteric kind of analysis, and everybody's looking at the same thing, or if you look at trader pivot lines, if you're trading, you know, the S&Ps, they can have a self-fulfilling prophecy effect. But look, that's stuff. No, you can't draw from this point to that point and it create mystical support. It's about what's been really there created with money, right? You know, this hocus pocus of connecting the dots and what is promoted, whether it's on CNBC websites and such. If you're using it, that's why you're frustrated, because you're trying to find some mystery, support or resistance, or figure out the market through blinders in reality. All right, let me keep going. It's getting late here, but I don't see much of anything here other than for us to deal with the volatility in these relatively small ranges. You know, this looks more, I know it made a higher high, it's at resistance. And if I discount the tail, that's more like a bear flag, but it's got to prove itself by rolling over. Bitcoin, bottom of the range. Nothing's doing anything, right? Everybody was hoping, well, not everybody, but I'm saying, there was a lot of talk, oh, the dollar's double topping. Maybe it is topping, or maybe it's just consolidating before the next move higher. But you got to keep an eye on this, because as long as this keeps going up, the dollar might consolidate because it's short-term extended. Or look, if in Europe, Great Britain, whatever, different currencies start to raise, why should they raise interest rates? But I don't know, they're doing worse. But anyway, if they start raising interest rates, that supports their currency. The dollar will pull back a little bit, but it's kind of like a give and take. And right now, and oil, it's crude oil. Just remember, when crude oil was on a tear over here, that was also supporting the dollar. They want to buy oil, they got to go buy dollars, right? For the most part, that creates demand for dollars. So, this pullback here, other factors, dollar consolidates a bit, but I mean, if oil pops up again and that 3-month continues higher, the dollar is going to go higher, the markets are going to go down. Silver popped up a bit. So, I mean, we're not going to find anything of much difference here. Things are erratic, volatile, whippy. Don't trade without automatic stop losses being in. Things could move too fast, and then you're chasing to get out. So, just be nimble. We'll see where the day ends, the week ends, and we'll take it from there. To you, Dan.
Did you say you were done?
Oh, I didn't do SPX. So, look, I would do something. And look, I didn't see if there was premium there. But I would want to do something at 3,600. SPX, or below. 3610 is 85 by 20. And there's nothing below there. I just got to wait for things to start moving, just based on that whip around below 36. There's juice. Okay. I hate the way TC does it. They mix the things together. But if you can go below 3,600, that's what I would be looking at, and something for sure above yesterday's high. Go ahead, Dan.
Good morning. So all our opens are fine. We have a couple put spreads. We added a couple oil yesterday. And a couple shorts we have. Carvana, I said. You know what? Look at this slowing momentum little bar. I got us out at a third lot pre-market right there before the market started ripping at 1401. So it was like 18% in 2 days. So I think that's a good place to take a third, although it looks absolutely horrible. Hasbro, we're still short in trail mode earnings seasons. So let's go right to that. CSX, I posted as a put spread watch. I like this gap reversal, double bottom, deeper, greater than 100% retracement. So the thought is, let's see if he'll set up a higher low. And now it's gapping up on earnings. So it looks like it might be doing exactly that. So I have a number of put ideas here for different reasons, some bullish, some excessive gaps. So 0 DTE traders, I could use your help today. Here's one, SIVB. That's a nasty downturn. I downtrend. I had no interest in selling puts on this yesterday because that's not a compelling pattern that our technical approach would recommend stepping in front of it. But now that is gapping down to 250. Look, when you have to go to a higher time frame for a gap, I mean, look at that, folks. I mean, I'm just talking about a 0 DTE trade, 30-minute high. So let's keep an eye on that. Because there's so many stocks. And I mean, this is a real company. This is a mid regional bank, right? Went from 750 to 250. And look, it started with that M top. Snap. Snap's getting creamed. Now, this one, I looked at the expected move in the option prices. This one, had we bought the $8 puts into earnings as what I label a lottery ticket, the $8 puts were only 8 cents. So that one would have paid off beautifully. I actually, when I was looking at the pattern yesterday, I didn't even hit my brain of, oh, could this be a possible lottery ticket? And so that's obviously helping our meta. We did look, this has been the weakest FANG for months. Somebody in the green room brought this up to me into the close, and I just said, absolutely. So we sold a 1-day call spread, the 138s over the week's high. So that's a beautiful trade. Pins is going to be affected too. 2130. I mean, that thing trades so ugly though. I have no interest. PD Duck saying, well, PD Duck, that's what Greg spent. That's what Greg, spent a lot of time talking about market direction. So I can't repeat it, now, because that's what he did. I got to get through my list. Fernando, what do you think of NIO? Continue to fall or very extended? That's a good question. It is very extended, so you need a continuation pattern. In a price void, if you're trading the daily, it is too extended for me for a swing, but day trade could set up, see if it bounces and gives you a sell setup. RHI. All right, so this one again, there's absolutely no pattern at all to be bullish on, but gapping down to $65 again, it's off my daily chart. That could be, 30-minute high, 0 DTE trade. Another one that's just, look at that, that's cut in half, 1.25 to 65 in a couple months.
Look at you, Gregorio.
Whirlpool here. I mean, that was a bearish closing breakdown. Again, gapping down $5-6. I don't know. That one I don't want to fade. That one still could go lower. When I fade something, I want it to be, the crazy extended with the rubber band and then a big exhaustion gap. Wall here gapping down, nasty downtrend. Okay, here's one excessive. Look at this, THC, Tenet Healthcare. I thought they were a real company. Are they, McGraw? Gapping down $14. That is amazing pain. Another one cut in half. 95 to 45 or to 40, more than half. Wow. So, when I see things like that, that's where you can get smoked selling options into earnings. Because, that's your tail risk. When you get a gap that way exceeds the expected move. Here, let me see what the expected move was on this. Was $2.88. And it's gapping down 14. Wow, that I am looking at the premiums here. I don't like being a Monday morning quarterback. The 47 puts were 30 cents. Would I have recommended spending 30 cents on a lottery ticket yesterday? No, I wouldn't. A dime I would, 10 cents, but not 30. And you say, oh, well, what's the difference, Dan? Well, your trading plan. The lottery ticket, I don't want to spend a lot because the probability of success is low. There's no print. We'll come back to you. Ozark, gapping down, no pattern. ASAI, It's actually a bear 1, 2, 3. It's moving up, but if it now gives up the gains, like 30-minute high, if it reverses these gains and take out yesterday's low, then I like this as a short. I'm going to set an alarm at 17:10. Granny TSM. It's gapping under support, so 30-minute low maybe on that. That's a bear gap from a continuation consolidation. This maybe, but maybe 30-minute low if you'll watch them for us. I got enough to watch on my plate. All right, this says it's gapping up $4, but I don't see any prints. We'll come back to you. Sam, I still am short the 240 puts that expired today, so that's going to be max profit. And you know, it's a good one to sell way out of the money puts, but the problem is it's spready as can be. No prints. Will come back. Verizon, that's another sell setup. 35.65. Nasty. Another nasty downtrend. Will come back. AXP was down, see, $5, and that's what I was hoping. I was hoping it'd gap down a lot and then maybe 30-minute high. So now nothing to do with it. Slob, we said, was a bullish pattern yesterday, but there was no juice. The 41s, I think, were ridiculous, like 10 cents, but nothing to do with that. HCA, we talked about, that is getting killed. Hi, hey, Alex. We actually did buy a lottery ticket, $14 call on this for a nickel. We'll see what the premiums are at the open. But you know, lottery tickets, we want excessive gaps. All right, I'm gonna just put an order in. 10 cents. RF. No pattern. You're gone. IPG. It needed to hold right here. So now that it's gapping down, the retracement puts it into question. C could be bullet over yesterday's high. C, yes, because then it'd be a higher low. WFC. Still, I needed to go sideways more at resistance there. NUE. I set an alarm at 126. Now, do you all see what I posted? I posted 2 trades on this, a put spread and long stock. But look how I wrote this up. Look at the technical description. The technical description is what we call I didn't type this part, but it's a bear gap that bullish end of day base. Now relative strength. It's rallying in the face of the 5-minute horseman actually falling right now. This was earnings gapping over a red bar. Let's keep an eye on that. EFT, one of you mentioned, I think. Could be setting up a higher low. We'll come back. Sample 30-minute high, put spread. It's at resistance, so I'm not interested in buying it. But if it holds, GGB we found yesterday, scanning. Steel stock, that's a 1, 2, 3. If it closes there, Valley, I have an alarm. Kalu, these were from Kalu. I loved, look, another end of day base price void. That's one of the strongest things I can see right now on my 6 screens. OIH moving up. I saw a print down $5 pre-market, but no, it must have been a bad print. That's rocking. All right. Oh, I just got filled on my FANG puts. I was short the 145 puts that expired today. I had a bid out there and I just got filled on. All right, so Fang is fine, Kalu, Alcoa, you know, deeper retracement. I like the other steel stocks that I'm talking about, like NUV. There's Fang, VJRI, Gap and Crap, so no interest now. ASB, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Gapping over big red bar. Definite 30-minute high idea if it doesn't run too much. Nice, Neil. Neil, you're getting better fills than well. I put an order out at 10 cents. Did not get filled. So I'll try to sell at 5. All right, I just got out at 5, so mine was break even. But nice job, Neil. You got price improvement over me. Oh, Alex, let me look at the November ones for you. Let's see what those are doing. They're up. So nice. So they're up 15. If you bought it at Alex, you're up 50%. If you did those November ones, you bought it at 30 cents and now it's 45. So in retrospect, that was a much better move going out 30 days. Look at this disaster of the day. A drug stock. That's exhibit A of drug stock problems. I decided to put in a bunch of currency ETFs here. Look at housing is just getting crushed for obvious reasons. Nobody can afford them. Interest rates. So yeah, I'm going to start watching these currencies. So Europe, look at Japan, man. Oh, look at Japan. Ouch. This breaking down. Canada could be an inverse head and shoulders. Australia, nothing. And here's the dollar, obviously, holding like a tank. All right, so this RHI, I said, see, possible excessive gap, 0 DTE, and it's holding well right now. All right, so RHI, let me look. That's the spreads. The spreads are so annoying. It's 0 by 175. So that's what kills it. All right, THC was another one.